And welcome to another Eerie House Radio. As far as I know, we're getting out there. Let me bring a picture up so we can get this thing rolling. Here we go. Get something on here to... Oh, okay. Dale's got the construction on there. And we are under construction as Dale is here with us. Let me turn this down just a wee bit more. All right. Dale is there with us, and I'm hoping that we can... he's having some trouble getting his microphone connected, or that it's connecting properly. So we've been kind of working on that. We're running, but we got some more founding or another founding father story with us tonight as we head into the CBS Radio Mystery Theater. And this one is called The Thomas Jefferson Defense. And so Thomas Jefferson comes to... It's interesting. CBS Radio Mystery Theater has had several stories with George Washington, one with Ben Franklin, and John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. We've already used those. And tonight we have one which is a little different, that is with Thomas Jefferson by himself. I think this one was, before the Revolutionary War, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Paul Hecht will play Thomas Jefferson on this. It's funny because he was also on the Ben Franklin murder case. He was also Ben Franklin. So interesting little tale there. We can check here, and I'm not sure what, let me take a peek here what Dale had for the, what he had for the opening. What we can do, I guess, only because I'm not sure what he actually had planned for, is several years ago, well, I've had this recording of John F. Kennedy reading the Declaration of Independence for a long time. And what I did a few years back for Eerie House, I actually went ahead and put a music bed to it, and we played on Eerie House Radio. Well, now that we've got a video version, I kind of made a video version of that. So here he is, President John F. Kennedy reading the Declaration of Independence.
When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new gods for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative power, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amounts and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an indistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states. That they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Okay. Oh, looks like Dale's trying to come in here, and hopefully we'll be able to hear him. I think I heard something real low there. Anyway, we continue on with Kevin MacLeod did the music for that. Well, actually, it was his music I used before I was doing AI, but I think it was turned out very well that with the music that he had on there. And I thank him for allowing the use of his music, not only for this, but for anybody using any kind of background music or needing that. He provides it out there for free. Ask for some donations from time to time, but wonderful job he does with that. And with that, I think it's time to... And we're officially kicking off Eerie House Radio here on this Independence Day, 4th of July. And what some people don't remember is that this was not a declaration necessarily for England and for King George, although it was more of a declaration to the world because they tried to get support, especially from the French, to continue their endeavors of doing something where they were vastly outnumbered, outmanned, outtrained. As Ben Franklin said, giving a chance of something that a far less generous God would have given them. We have, I have with me today, this is my ray gun coffee cup. So whenever it gets really kind of a little too cool, I just pull the trigger here and it warms it right up right in my ray gun coffee cup. Hot. Anyway, we have our founding fathers, who without this, that we couldn't have founded a country, I guess, because you need founding fathers to found something. The only time I found something was in the lost and found department. It wasn't mine, but it was really nice, so I took it anyway. So anyway, we're gonna have, boy, I hope the jokes get better than that. They probably won't too much, but we do have a CBS Radio Mystery Theater for everyone tonight. And it is, again, as I had mentioned earlier in the program, a Thomas Jefferson story with a Thomas Jefferson defense. Much like the Ben Franklin murder case, it happened before the Revolutionary War. Now, it'll probably come out and tell me I'm stupid that I didn't, but as I remember it, I didn't re-listen to it again this week. It takes place before the Revolutionary War, and some old strife that we had in our own country, including jealousy, murder. We had those before independence. So anyway, I guess without much further ado, we're going to go ahead and head into part one of the CBS Radio Mystery Theater. And this comes to us from, let's see, here it is. It is September the 27th of 1975, and it was episode number 353. So if it cooperates, here we shall go. And it's not cooperating. Okay, here it comes.
Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. In the assessment of criminality, The basic criterion, of course, must be volume. After all, Attila the Hun was a greater transgressor than, say, Jack the Ripper. Therefore, what does history tell us? We see that for those who kill more or less at retail, we have our local police. For those who murder at wholesale, the Attilas, the Hitlers, and the like, we must have our philosophers, men who will inspire us to stand up and fight. And such a fighting philosopher was Thomas Jefferson.
Now, Mr. Jefferson, there's no need getting excited.
Sheriff, they're going out there to commit cold-blooded murder.
Well, that can't be proved.
They intend to kill him.
But there's nothing I can do about it.
You swore to uphold the law.
Well, not exactly. What I swore was to uphold the law to the best of my ability. And this just happens to be the very best I can do.
Well, someone has to stop them.
I don't have the authority to keep men from riding through the woods.
Even if their purpose is to kill an innocent man?
But I don't know that.
I do. And if you won't stop them, I will.
Now, Mr. Jefferson, it could be dangerous.
Somebody has to enforce the law, Sheriff. And it looks as if it'll have to be me. Me alone. All by myself.
Our mystery drama, The Thomas Jefferson Defense, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Paul Hecht. The year 1775. The fuse of defiance has already been lighted. It is now hissing and sputtering inexorably toward the powder keg of rebellion. Thomas Jefferson has just returned from the Virginia Constitutional Convention, held at St. John's Church in Richmond, where he has heard the impassioned demand of Patrick Henry, "Give me liberty or give me death." The speech has touched his heart and inflamed his soul. And yet, he has feelings of uneasiness and guilt. All around him, he hears outcries for freedom, justice, equality, and yet he knows that these fervent demands are not being made for everybody. There are those human beings who will have neither equality nor equity in the brave new world that is soon to be born. As a matter of fact, because of their skin color, they are not considered to be human beings at all.
Good evening, Carter.
Good evening, Mr. Jefferson.
Oh, Mr. Jefferson, is it? Whatever became of Tom?
Oh, well, sir.
Oh, is it sir now? This becomes worse.
Well, sir, we're going to have us a new government, ain't we?
We most likely will, if we're not all hanged first.
Now, the way I hear it, we got to get rid of old King George, true?
True.
Well, then we've got to get us a new king.
Why, Carter?
Why are you going to have a country without a king? Who are the people going to obey?
We shall create an equal society.
Oh, it'll never work.
I think you have the wrong idea.
The king will have to be a Virginian.
Why?
Why? Well, there ain't nobody even worth talking about south of here. Go north. Pennsylvania's all pig farmers. New York's all potato farmers. And I wouldn't trust nobody lives in New England.
Carter, the entire idea is to get rid of king.
You know, you could be king, because you're the smartest. And then we got Mr. Patrick Henry, who's got a powerful mouth. Now, Colonel Washington looks like a king. Ooh.
Yeah? Carter, what's wrong? Why are you so pale? Are you ill?
Good evening, Mr. Jefferson.
Oh, welcome, Louisa. Your mother sent word you mightn't come.
Well, I was feeling poorly, but Jeremy Morgan here just happened by and cheered me up. Hasn't he got the nicest smile? I tell you, it's the finest medicine. Mr. Jefferson, may I present Mr. Jeremy Morgan?
Your servant, sir.
Welcome, Mr. Morgan.
And old scowl face here, Carter McAllister.
You said you'd come here with me tonight, Louisa.
Did I?
Yeah, you promised.
What's a promise? It's only something you make when you won't give your word of honor.
I won't have it.
What won't you have,
I
Carter?
won't have you seen around with every common Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Tread lightly, sir. I caution you.
Yeah, who are you to caution
And
me?
now, gentlemen, you're both under my roof, and I will not permit things to get out of hand.
Louisa, I'm taking you home.
You just let go of my arm, Carter McAllister.
I believe you heard what the lady said.
You say one more word and I shall horsewhip you.
Like you horsewhip your slaves?
You impertinent ruffian.
Gentlemen, stop right here, or I may have to thrash the both of you.
Mr. McAllister, you will give me satisfaction.
Satisfaction? You overstep your bounds. Satisfaction is something that only can be exchanged among gentlemen.
And do you pretend to be a gentleman, Mr. McAllister? Your father's a thief who cheats his tenants. How dare you look down on me? My father traces his lineage back to King Henry II.
And your mother, no doubt, traces hers back to Pocahontas.
Why, you...
That's enough. Mr. Morgan, stop that. Now, don't strike him again.
I'm sorry, sir. I should not have lost my temper.
I'll kill you. I'll kill
Shut
you.
up, Carter. Now, you begged for it.
I'll kill you. I am going to kill you, Jeremy Morgan.
Nobody's going to kill anybody. Walter, Fred, help him to the sofa. Get some cloths. Get some vinegar.
Jeremy Morgan, I shall shoot you down like the mongrel dog you are.
Oh, do be quiet, both of you. Mr. Jefferson, may I retire to your sitting room?
Mr. Jefferson, I'm sorry. I had no right to abuse your hospitality. Therefore, if you'll excuse me...
Mr. Morgan. Jeremy, wait. Now, son, there's no need for you to run off.
I know I'm not welcome.
Oh, that's nonsense. This is my house.
I should never have come.
How can you say that? You're Lord Arthur Morgan's son. Your father was a dear friend of mine.
Was my mother? You see, sir, I forgot my place.
Jeremy, your place in this world is whatever you can win through strength and skill and courage. Every man has the opportunity to prove himself. Every man is free to strive.
You really don't believe that.
I do.
How can you? You own slaves. I'm sorry. I had no right to say that.
It's a difficult, complicated world.
I agree, sir. Especially for me.
You may be somewhat oversensitive. After all, Louisa Henderson did seem quite taken with you.
No. I saw what all that meant the moment we entered the room. I was just an instrument.
An instrument?
With which she could provoke Carter McAllister.
Oh, you're very young and very cynical.
And very right, Mr. Jefferson.
Jeremy, I would like to be your friend.
There's no need to consider my feelings.
I mean that, Jeremy, sincerely. Look at yourself. You're barely grown out of your childhood, and already you've abandoned your hopes.
It would be best if children like me would never be born. A consolation is, we die young.
Oh, now, come on. Come on back in with me, and we shall have some wine.
Usually we die by violence.
I offer you my hand in friendship.
I'm grateful. But there will be violence.
Come back inside. You and Carter McAllister will shake hands.
No.
You, Jeremy, are also to blame. You insulted him, too. Both of you must forgive each other.
That cannot happen.
Now, why do you say that? Aren't you willing to forgive him?
Yes. I am willing to forgive him for his insult. But he will be unable to forgive me for my mother.
Oh, I cannot believe that men of goodwill cannot reconcile their quarrels. Will you let me mediate between you?
If it pleases you, Mr. Jefferson. However, I have decided to leave this part of the country.
But why?
Carter is determined to kill me. I have no wish to kill him first, therefore I must go.
But where will you go?
Back to my own people.
Come in.
Louisa?
Now, Mr. Jefferson, I can tell from that look on your face you're about to scold me.
I'm afraid I must.
Well, suppose I say, whatever it is I did, I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think it was right of you to come here with Jeremy Morgan just so that you could make Carter angry.
Oh, did you see Carter's face?
Louisa, this is a serious business. One of those boys could very well kill the other.
Oh, Carter talks big. He's not the killing kind.
Any man can become a killer where a woman's involved.
You mean somebody would kill for me?
Oh, Louisa, If only you had a heart and a mind and a conscience to go with all that beauty.
Do you want to know the awful truth? I love them both.
Oh, you can't love them both.
When I want to have someone to have fun with, to ride with, to dance with, I love Carter. When I need someone just to be with, to talk with, I love Jeremy.
Louisa, how can you love Jeremy?
Carter McAllister! Were you standing there listening to that door? You are not a man of honor.
You belong to me.
I belong to myself.
Louisa, if I can't have you, nobody will.
I'll decide who has me.
Why, that thieving, skulking half-breed.
Carter, I cannot permit you to insult a friend of mine under my roof.
I'll do more than just insult him. I'm gonna kill him.
Welcome, my nephew. Welcome.
I have brought you a gift, Blue Cloud.
Ah, a robe, a rich robe.
It comes from England, across the seas.
It is a robe of great value. Such color.
One may not fully realize the color by firelight. When the sun rises tomorrow, one's eyes will behold a robe of brilliant scarlet.
The color of blood.
You wonder why I come here, Uncle?
I wait for you to speak.
I have come back.
Back?
To my people.
We are not your people, my son.
You are my mother's people.
Are they unkind to you? The other sons of your father?
No. They treat me well. We are brothers.
Then why do you wish to come here?
Because there is no place, no real place for me in their world.
Why do you say this?
The women mock me, the men make sport of me. Only one sees me as a true friend. Tom Jefferson.
Jefferson?
You have called him Red Hair.
Yes. Yes, I know him. So you wish to live with your mother's people?
Yes.
Because you are afraid.
I want peace.
There is no peace. There can be no peace for your mother's people.
There is no peace for me in my father's village.
You must go back.
Why?
Soon we shall be driven from here. They want to turn our woods into fields to raise their tobacco. Your mother's people shall be destroyed.
No.
You can lose yourself in the forest and live out your life in peace and safety. But there shall only be misery for your children and death for your children's children.
What is there that I must do?
Your father's voice was strong in the councils for our people. Your voice must be heard there too. You must make them listen.
Why would they listen to me? By some, I am called a half-breed.
You are strong, young, wise. You were born to make a new understanding between people. It is your destiny.
If I go back, I will surely die.
The day, the hour, the moment of your death has already been cast. And it shall find you wherever you are.
Yes, Blue Cloud, I see now. I must go back.
Hold on.
Well, it's Carter.
Yeah, Carter. And don't take one more step or I'll put a bullet in you.
Well, you've got a weapon. I'm unarmed. No wonder I hear such courage in your voice.
Don't provoke me, Jeremy. I came after you to kill you.
Yes?
It was just before sundown. I saw you going into the woods carrying that bright scarlet robe.
It was a gift for my uncle, Blue Cloud. What do you want now, Carter?
Good, I thought. He sees the light. He's going back to his own people. So, I let you go.
Thank you.
But I was wrong. You're coming back to town.
No, you were right. I am going back to my own people.
Your people are back there in the woods.
My people are everywhere.
I don't want to kill you. Go back to the woods. Paint your face. Stick a feather in your hair.
Stand aside. I have business in town.
Go back where you belong. I warn you. I'll kill you.
You're not going to kill anybody.
Stop. Don't make me do it. Stop. I'll shoot. I told you I'd shoot. I told you.
They were very young, very proud, quick to anger. They were barely out of their teens. And now, one of them lies dead, shot in the back by the musket of the other. And it happened on the very eve of the American Revolution. For some of the reasons the revolution came about in the first place. Reasons of pride, uncontrolled passions, and sheer blindness. But the fight that led to this midnight killing began in Tom Jefferson's home. So you can expect to see him again in just a few moments when I shall return with Act 2.
Turn the mic back on. All right, hang on a second. Let's go. Since we have no commercial, how about a little bit of Stan Freberg?
Who listens to radio? That go where you go, medium called radio. That's with you every night through the long commuter fight, and in the morning with your toast and mama-lady-o. Who listens to radio? No matter if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. Who listens to radio? Only 150 million. 150 million people. That's all.
Okay. Thought I might take a minute here to kind of share a couple of memories I had, not necessarily of all 4th of July. We never done a whole lot. I think when I was younger, I used to go hit some fireworks. The boys were younger, took them to some fireworks from time to time. What I'm thinking about is back at our bicentennial in 1976. Actually had the opportunity to go with my family to both Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia. Philadelphia was a neat experience because, of course, we went by the Betsy Ross house and by where Ben Franklin, I think they had a print shop set up there for him, whether that was actually his or not. We also had we had to see they had a play there. They had an open air amphitheater, and they were showing, or not, they were doing live 1776, one of my favorite musicals, and did it right down there on the amphitheater, and we got to see that. And I'd always been a fan of the movie. I didn't get to see it on Broadway, although I know somebody who did do it on Broadway. We didn't actually get to, we got to see that play. And when we were in Washington, D.C., we actually got to see the movie version of it that they were showing in the theater, along with getting to see the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Just interesting time to be there. There was also a display for I guess you would call it a centennial, a time capsule that is made every 100 years. This, you can see what Gerald Ford, I'm sure it was putting into there for the next 100 years. They also showed it was there, put in 100 years before that. So that's really kind of a neat time to really be there. And I've been to Washington several times, only been to Philadelphia that one time. And just that I love D.C. It's crazy, but I love D.C. I think I could live in the Library of Congress with all the recordings and movies and everything that they have listed there. I'd call myself a scholar. You got to be a scholar to be looking for that, or a researcher. I could call myself a researcher, maybe. But anyway, that's kind of a couple of my stories from that summer of 1976, and really was such a neat thing to be able to have that opportunity and have it at that particular time. So, as soon as we get done with the song here, we're probably going to go ahead and straight into part 2 of our CBS Radio Mystery Theater adventure, the Thomas Jefferson defense. So we've had the murder. Now let's see what happens after that. Part 2.
Two is company, 3 is a crowd. And anytime you have a crowd, look for trouble. When a beautiful girl cannot make up her mind between 2 handsome young men, something has to give. And in this case, what has been given is the life of Jeremy Morgan. And naturally, the prime suspect is Carter McAllister.
Come in.
You wish to see me, Father?
Shut the door and sit down.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I understand Jeremy Morgan has been shot to death.
Oh?
I'll thank you not to play the innocent with me. You know he's been murdered.
Well, how would I know?
Because enough people have told me they heard you swear you would shoot him. Because at any minute the sheriff can knock on my door with a warrant for your arrest.
Well, they can't hang me.
And why not?
Well, because he was only a half-breed.
Unfortunately, his father was the late Lord Morgan. His brothers, Jeff and William, accepted him. He was well-liked.
Oh, Father, you have to save me.
Fool, did you have to kill him yourself? With all the riffraff hereabouts, couldn't you have hired a man?
Please, Father, please get me out of it. I don't want to hang.
You should have thought of that all long before.
I never wanted Louisa Henderson. The match was your idea. You're the one who needs her father's money. Yes, I killed him, but you also had a hand in it.
Be quiet. Now tell me everything. The truth now.
Well, I waited for him near the woods. And he came along, and he was carrying a red robe, like Indians like to wear.
A red robe?
Yeah, brilliant scarlet. Well, I thought he intends to go back to his own people. Therefore?
Well,
I followed him. He headed toward Blue Cloud's village.
Fool! If he had decided to return to the Indians, why did you have to kill him?
But he didn't return. I saw him go into Blue Cloud's tent. I heard him talk.
About what?
I don't know. I don't understand their stupid language, but they were angry with each other.
How do you know?
Well, I think their voices sounded angry. Well, then, I watched him as he came out of the tent. He wasn't going to stay. He was headed back, so I...
Yes, speak up.
Well, I moved ahead of him and stopped a few miles away, and I said to him, I said, go back to your own people. Stay with them, or I'll kill you. And he didn't believe me, and now everybody knows I killed him.
What everybody knows is a lie. But now you listen to me. You are innocent. You did not shoot Jeremy Morgan.
But, Father...
You are a fool. All you can do is get yourself into trouble and then come whimpering to me. You're my son, and I must save you.
Yes, Father.
First off, who saw you heading for the woods?
I passed by Pearson's farm.
Noah Pearson owes me money.
I passed by Louisa Henderson and her mother. She was going out riding.
Very well. You went into the woods.
And then I'll hang.
No, because you didn't shoot Jeremy Morgan.
What?
Now, let me tell you what happened. You wanted to shoot him. You followed him into the woods. You saw him go into Blue Cloud's tent. You heard them fight.
Yeah, but I'm not sure this is what they were actually
Oh, yes,
doing.
you are. Your anger had meanwhile cooled, and you knew deep in your heart that you could never kill another human being. You do know that, don't you?
Yes.
And so you headed back for home. Suddenly you heard a shot. You turned around. The angry blue cloud had followed Jeremy Morgan and put a bullet into his back. When he saw you, he fled. Do you understand me?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, how do you know it was Blue Cloud?
How
It had to be Blue Cloud. He was wearing that robe, that brilliant scarlet robe.
Father, will they believe me?
It's your word against that of an Indian.
But it's
Tell
not...
the story calmly and look every man in the eye as you say it. And of course, they'll believe you. And that's what happened. It's the Indian Blue Cloud.
Just a minute, Edmund McAllister.
Now, Tom, everybody knows how you feel about Indians.
And everybody knows how you feel about him, too, Edmund.
This is surely a crime. That Jeremy Morgan was a fine, upstanding young man. And that skulking savage shot him in the back.
Why?
Why? Who can figure what goes on in the mind of a redskin? It isn't as if they were fully human.
Blue Cloud loved his nephew. He had no reason to shoot him.
My son, Carter, heard the whole thing and saw the whole thing.
Your son Carter stated clearly in front of witnesses that he had every intention of shooting Jeremy Morgan.
Sir, are you calling my boy a liar?
I'm saying it's a matter of his word against Blue Cloud's.
I warn you, Tom Jefferson. You're getting mighty big around here as a politician, but you can't go around insulting people.
You are a bigoted, ignorant man, and that's the truth. You're too old for me to whip, and that son of yours is the product of your upbringing. And you accuse Blue Cloud of murder?
He was seen to do it.
By whom?
By my son, that's by whom.
Why don't you let him speak for himself? Carter, did you actually see Blue Cloud shoot Jeremy Morgan? Well, did you? Would you be willing to place your hand on the Bible and swear in the name of God that you saw Blue Cloud murder Jeremy? Would you?
Of course he would.
I'm asking him. Would you swear, Carter?
Yes. Yes, I would.
All right. Then come with me to the sheriff and swear out a warrant for his arrest.
What arrest? You don't arrest an Indian. He commits a crime. You go out and shoot him.
Hold on, Edmund McAllister.
Oh, you can surely talk, Tom Jefferson. But we have had enough talk. Any of you folk who agree with me, let's go home and get our rifles.
Mr. Jefferson, sir, it's an honor.
Some men are intent on murdering Chief Blue Cloud.
Well, sir, he did kill Jeremy Morgan.
He has been accused of killing Jeremy Morgan.
Well, ain't that the same thing?
Oh, no, Sheriff, you cannot permit murder to take place in this country.
Well, Mr. Jefferson, it ain't murder exactly after all. Blue Cloud's only an Indian.
Any man has a right to be protected by the law.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Now, the McAllisters and all of them, they ain't gonna go out there to kill Blue Cloud.
Well, that's not the way I heard it.
Well, you see, as concerned citizens, they're just gonna bring him back here for trial.
I see. And then he'll be shot while resisting arrest.
Now,
or
Mr.
perhaps
Jefferson,
while trying to escape. Sheriff, you just can't walk into Blue Cloud's village and murder him.
I ain't saying I agree with it, Mr.
Sheriff.
Jefferson. Why not?
Why not? Do you think his young men will stand idly by?
The answer to that question is yes. Now, you see, Mr. Jefferson, he ain't liked. Blue Cloud, that is.
I don't understand.
Well, a young man, they want a fighting chief, which you gotta admit, now, Blue Cloud ain't.
Still, they can't just sit by and watch.
The thing is being arranged, and nobody's gonna be in the village.
I refuse to believe it.
No, so everybody gets what they want. The tribe gets a new chief, one who would want to go to war.
War? What war? They know what happens when they raid our frontier settlements. They know the retribution.
They'll go to war on our side against the British. So that's what they get. The white folks avenge a murder.
Which hasn't been proved.
Proof, Mr. Jefferson, is usually a matter of satisfaction, and all for just the life of one Indian. All in all, it ain't a bad situation.
I've admired you. I've respected you for many years. But I see now you're unfit to be a sheriff.
I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I'm thinking of me first.
You took an oath to uphold the law. I won't see murder committed.
Well, now, what do y'all suggest?
What I've been suggesting. I suggest that
I have a better suggestion. Why don't you ride out there?
Because I'm not the sheriff.
Yes, you are. Yeah. I hereby swear you in as deputy sheriff.
What? What are you doing?
Well, you now have the authority to uphold the law. If you think a crime is about to be committed, it's your duty to prevent it.
I have no experience.
You got plenty of experience, Mr. Jefferson. I watched you grow up. Everybody knows you was meant for high things. You're going to be an important man in this country. I don't throw everything away for...
For what?
For an Indian.
Sheriff. All right, write down on a piece of paper the fact that I am your duly authorized deputy.
We think in terms of intellect and action. We rarely see both qualities combined in one man. How few are the philosopher warriors in history. And yet, for the most part, the great men of 1776 could think and fight. Well, Thomas Jefferson has thought it over and decided it's worth the battle. Therefore, you should stay exactly where you are, and I shall bring it to you in Act 3 in just a few moments.
Okay, as we head back down to our media, oh, we don't want that. We want the media. And let's see what we got here. Okay, let's get this going here. I talked the last break about knowing somebody who was in 1776. His name is W.P. Dramick. I met him. He was an actor, director, mostly actor. He got more jobs acting than he did directing. He was the replacement for Judge Wilson in 1776 on Broadway and in the touring cast. Even bringing that to Ohio, even bringing that to here, the Akron Civic Theater, before much renovation was done, and it was a total mess. But he got them to bring it to Akron. He was also a replacement of Pontius Pilate in Broadway's Jesus Christ Superstar. Did a lot of other things, including touring and other acting roles. I got to meet him after he retired. He moved back to the Akron area over in Suffield, home of the Blimp. And I got to know him, and because of my love of acting and things like that, and I was introduced by another friend, and matter of fact, he even ended up on an episode of our Spaceship One. Tremendously funny person, good friends with Fannie Flagg. I helped in a story he directed at the Western Reserve Playhouse, and I did some video work for him. He was wanting it to look like it was a TV pilot being shot, and so so I set up 3 different cameras, and I had a game switch I used to change the camera angles on, and people would see that in the monitor up above, so it was like they were in a TV studio. And it was really an interesting thing. He pulled Rick and I and said, "You think this can be done?" I said, "Oh yeah." And then I walked out of me and said, "Rick, can we do this?" He says, "Yeah, I think we can." And we did. It really worked out really interesting. So so I got to not only talk to him and learn from him and such. But one of the other plays he did was Always a Bridesmaid, and good friends with Fannie Flagg. And she called him before the opening night. He called me over, Dave, come over here, record this on your phone. He wanted to play that for all of the cast members. And Fannie Flagg greeting him and saying, looking forward to, wish she could be there with him that night and all that. And so I recorded it on my phone. We took it over. We played it for the cast before the first show. It was really, that working with him was really a unique experience. And he was really, really cool to work with. So knowledgeable, very picky, a tough director, but really a good guy. So anyway, with that, after the song rolls out, we will head back into part 3 and the conclusion of the CBS Radio Mystery Theater.
The beginning of the year 1775 sees Thomas Jefferson deeply involved in the pursuit of justice in 2 separate areas. First, the one you all know about, the struggle for independence from Britain. This is the big picture, the historic picture. But second, there is a small picture, indeed a tiny, almost invisible picture. This is the pursuit of justice, not as an ideal, but as a practical matter for a single human being. Those are always the toughest.
Welcome to my lodge, Red Hair.
Chief Blue Cloud, there is no time for ceremonies. You must leave here at once.
For what reason?
Men are coming to kill you.
Why?
For the murder of your sister's son.
It is well known that he was murdered in a cowardly manner by a young man who insulted him.
Yes, well, that is not the way many people will have it. They accuse you.
He was as a son to me.
Blue, there is no time for the right and wrong of it. Men are coming here to do murder. Run from them.
Am I a coward? I run from no one.
One of our greatest poets has said discretion is the better part of valor.
Where may I run?
Deeper into the forest.
They will pursue.
No one knows this wilderness the way you do.
I will not be a hunted animal for the rest of my days. Besides, it is late. They come.
There he is!
Now, hold up there.
Now you stand clear of him, Mr. Jefferson.
All of you. Now turn around and go back to your homes.
Now see here. Who are you to order us?
I have here a piece of paper. I am acting in the capacity of the sheriff.
Now, Mr. Jefferson, the Indian's guilty of a murder.
Who says so?
We have got a witness.
Who is your witness?
My son here, Carter.
You saw Chief Blue Cloud murder Jeremy Morgan. Well, Carter?
Speak the truth, son. Speak the truth.
Yes.
Is he being charged with murder? Well, do you charge him, Carter?
Say yes.
I'm asking Carter.
Yes.
So that settles that. Now, why don't we just shoot him?
You'll have to shoot me first.
Now, Tom Jefferson...
That's how it is, gentlemen. We will have the law here. You will also have to shoot me. So, Mr. Bennett, Mr. Hayton, Mr. Wolverton, the rest of you, is that what you're willing to do? Shoot me?
Tom, we're entitled to justice.
Justice can only be dispensed in a court of law.
You mean have a trial for an Indian? You know they're only a waste of time.
I intend to enforce the law. Now, how will you gentlemen have it?
Well, there's no real difference. Instead of shooting him now, we can hang him later. And so, you say, you followed Mr. Morgan all the way to the Shawnee village?
Yes, sir.
And you saw him enter Blue Cloud's lodge?
Yes, sir.
And you heard them quarrel?
Yes, sir.
And then you saw Mr. Morgan leave the tent, move into the forest, and then you heard a shot.
I did.
Now, describe what you saw.
Well, I turned around, and there was Jeremy Morgan falling down dead, and Chief Blue Cloud was standing over him with the smoking musket.
Are you sure it was Blue Cloud?
Yeah, I'm positive.
How? Why? What makes you so sure?
Because I could see his splendid scarlet robe.
The robe that we found in his lodge?
Yes, sir, the very same.
Your witness, Mr. Jefferson.
Well, not every witness is fortunate to have his own father-appointed public prosecutor. I must, however, ask some questions that may not have occurred to him. Why did you follow Mr. Morgan into the woods?
Well...
Isn't it true that you intended to kill him?
Well...
You must answer. Isn't it true that he escorted Miss Louisa Henderson to a party at my house? There, you two got into a fight. Didn't you threaten to shoot him?
Yes, sir.
Good. And when you followed him into the woods, isn't it true that you were carrying a musket?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Well, I...
Did you intend to kill him? You armed yourself for that purpose, and now, when the deed is done, isn't it true that you are trying to place the blame on Chief Blue Cloud's shoulders?
I object.
Your Honor, let him answer the question.
Go ahead, son. Answer him. Tell him it isn't so.
Without prompting. Isn't it true you want Blue Cloud to hang for your crime?
I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him!
Blue Cloud, you are accused of murder. Tell us, are you or are you not guilty?
I am innocent.
Gentlemen, I believe him. Don't lose courage, Blue Cloud. The gods will not permit justice to be mocked.
Red hair. The gods do not permit justice to be mocked. But they allow it to be tested.
I shall see you in the morning.
Yes, the morning. It shall be my last morning.
You must never give up hope.
I cannot give up what I have never had.
No, we can do more.
Oh! Come in, Mr. Jefferson. My father isn't home.
Has he left for the courthouse?
Yes, sir. He likes to go early.
I thought perhaps you might like to walk down there with me.
Well, sir, should we be seen together?
Why not?
Oh, we're on opposite sides.
I'm still your friend, Carter. Well, shall we have our stroll?
Yes, sir. I was just leaving.
So, you insist you didn't kill Jeremy?
Please, sir, we've already been through all that.
I know. I also know it's a lie.
Mr. Jefferson, I must ask you to let me alone.
Oh, I'll let you alone. And I'm even sure your conscience will let you alone.
I am not listening to any more you're saying.
Yes, your conscience died a long time ago. And do you know who killed it? You did. You, Carter.
Well, what are you talking about?
A man's conscience is what makes him live a man's life. But you're not a man. You're a creature. You're a pathetic, crawling creature of your father.
Sir, you have no right to insult my father.
No one may be insulted by the truth. You're his creature. You don't think for yourself, act for yourself, live for yourself. Why? Why do you tolerate it?
Because I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I don't know anything. I can't do anything. I'm stupid.
Who says so?
My father. And all I have is the prospect of inheriting his estate when he dies.
You'll have worked for it.
Everybody knows I'm a fool.
That's not true.
Louisa, why do you think she even looked at me? She knows I'll be rich one day. It's
not true. There's Nothing wrong with you.
Oh, please, Mr. Jefferson.
Now, look, you have to stand up to your father. You have to let him know you're a man.
I will. From now on, I will.
No. You have to stand up to him now. Tell the truth.
But I'll die.
Possibly, but if you don't tell the truth, you'll surely die. What life can be left you? Huh? You'll spend the rest of your days even deeper within your father's shadow.
Mr. Jefferson, what do you want me to do?
Take the stand. Tell the truth.
No. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Well, Mr. Jefferson, you may as well go home and get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, for sure, the trial has to end.
Tomorrow, for sure.
People keep wondering how you managed to keep it going even this long. The jury was ready with its verdict at the end of the first day.
The jury was ready before the trial even started.
Well, it's open and shut. I mean, I wish it wasn't, but it's open and shut.
Yes. Carter follows Jeremy into the woods, sees him enter Blue Cloud's teepee, hears sounds of a quarrel.
Sees Jeremy leave the teepee, re-enter the woods, and then sees and hears Blue Cloud shooting.
Wait, just... He says he heard them quarrel.
You have something, Mr. Jefferson?
You say they quarreled.
Yes, sir.
In which language?
Well, must have been Shawnee.
Do you speak Shawnee?
No, sir.
Do you understand it?
No, sir.
Well, then how do you know they quarreled? Please answer the question.
One need not know the language to know there is a quarrel.
Your Honor, I must insist that the witness answer.
Well, I could tell. You could actually hear the anger in the voices.
Your Honor, Mr. Jefferson clearly has exhausted his resources. He has no more evidence. He keeps going over the same ground.
Mr. Jefferson, have you any more evidence?
Well, Your Honor...
I must ask you then to bring your case to a conclusion.
Your Honor, I do have further evidence.
Then you may bring it here.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, but I cannot bring it here.
Then how may we evaluate it?
We must go to where it exists.
If it exists.
It does exist, but only at night.
I'm afraid I cannot follow, Mr. Jefferson.
Your Honor, the evidence exists at the scene of the crime, and since it cannot be moved from its place, we must attend it there.
Your Honor, this is just another scheme on the part of...
A man's life is at stake.
What do you propose, Mr. Jefferson?
Well, the murder was committed at 10 in the evening. At 10 this evening, I suggest we all assemble at the place where it occurred. Where were you standing, Carter?
Behind this tree.
Well, would you place yourself there, if you please?
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Carter, how far down the path was Jeremy?
About 25 yards.
Sheriff, would you pace off 25 yards? Take the prisoner with you.
All right, Mr. Jefferson.
Very well. Your Honor, gentlemen, here is the scene as it existed on the night of the murder. We are all standing in a line with Carter. We all hear a shot. Fire in the air, Sheriff.
Yes, sir.
We all turn to look. We see Jeremy fall to the ground. Sheriff, fall to the ground, please. Now, we all see a figure standing there in the darkness. It is not easy to make out the face.
He didn't have to see the face. He recognized the red cloak.
Your Honor, gentlemen of the jury, which one of you has supernatural eyesight? Which one of you would swear on the Holy Bible that the cloak is brilliant scarlet, as Carter testified? Which one of you is possessed of the ability to distinguish color in the dark?
It's a trick, Your Honor.
Carter McAllister lied about the cloak. Therefore, he did not identify Blue Cloud. Therefore, we must now consider his motives.
Don't you ever say a word, boy.
No, I will. I'm tired of lying.
Be quiet.
I killed him. I killed Jeremy Morgan. May God have mercy on my soul.
Your Honor, the defense rests.
Well, they didn't hang him. It was a crime of passion, and our forefathers were men who understood passions. He was sentenced to hard labor, and later paroled to join a regiment of Virginia cavalry. His life had a purpose, and his death had a meaning, because he fell during the end of the war in the skirmishing about Yorktown, and the people never forgot him, or Blue Cloud, or the Thomas Jefferson defense. I shall return in a moment. We talk about Jefferson and Washington and Adams and the others usually as gods, at least as supermen. Yet they were all possessed of the usual human frailties. How difficult it must have been for them to be ahead of the ideas of their times, to lead the fight for freedom among a people who also believed in slavery. It was no simple task. Yet it must be a relief to discover that for all their undisputed greatness, our founding fathers were people so very like ourselves, just as contradictory, just as stubborn, just as unpredictable. Our cast included Paul Hecht, Leon Janney, Russell Horton, Jada Rowland, and Bob Caliban. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Hey, that was our CBS Radio Mystery Theater, and I'm not sure, don't have a whole lot more, but I do have something, and I wasn't prepared because I thought Dale would be here and we'd be using some other things which we won't be using. I do have a favorite story about the Declaration of Independence, and it was told by none other than the great Paul Harvey, and I didn't have time during this Act 3, and I thought about it, to download it all. I'm going to try something different. I need you guys there on Twitch to help me out. I'm going to put one of my earbuds on by my speaker, and you guys let me know if you could hear this okay. I have my earbuds over here right now. And let me see if this plays okay. You guys tell me in Twitch if you can hear this.
But for any eve of the 4th of July, I, Paul Harvey, do herewith bequeath unto you something to remember. You may not be able to quote one line from the Declaration of Independence at this moment. Henceforth, you'll always be able to quote at least one line. To the last paragraph, where you will recall when I remind you it says, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. In the Pennsylvania State House that's now called Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the best men from each of the colonies sat down together. This was a very fortunate hour in our nation's history, one of those rare occasions in the lives of men when we had greatness to spare. These were men of means, well-educated, 24 were lawyers, jurists, 9 were farmers, owners of large plantations. On June 11, a committee sat down to draw up a Declaration of Independence. We were going to tell them we fatherland no more ruled by redcoats. Below the dam, the ruthless foreign rule, the stream of freedom was running shallow and muddy. And we were going to let Jews to dynamite that dam. This act, as Burke later put it, was a partnership between the living and the dead, and the yet unborn. There was no bigotry, there was no demagoguery in this group. All had shared hardship. Jefferson finished the draft of the document in 17 days. pledged his life, his fortune, and his sacred honor. 56 men placed their names beneath that pledge. 56 men knew when they signed that they were risking everything. They knew if they won this fight, the best they could expect would be years of hardship in a struggling nation. And if they lost, they'd face a hangman's rope. But they signed the pledge. And here is the documented fate of that gallant 56. Further back in Virginia, a wealthy planter, trader, saw his ship swept from the seas. To pay his debt, he lost his home and all of his properties and died in rags. Thomas H. Jr., who signed that pledge, was a third-generation rice grower, aristocrat, a large plantation owner. After he signed, his health failed. His wife and he set out to France to regain his failing health. Their ship never got to France, was never heard from again. Thomas McKee of Delaware was so harassed by the enemy that he was forced to move his family 5 times in 5 months. He served in Congress without pay, his family in poverty and in hiding. Vandals looted the properties of Ellery and Clamor, and Hull and Gwinnett, and Walton and Hayward, and Rutledge and Middleton. Thomas Nelson Jr. of Virginia raised $2 million on his own signature to provision our allies, the French fleet. After the war, he personally paid back the loans, wiped out his entire estate, and he was never reimbursed by his government. In the final battle for Yorktown, he, Nelson, urged General Washington to fire on his, Nelson's, own home, which was occupied by Cornwallis. It was destroyed. Thomas Nelson Jr. had pledged his life, his fortune, and his sacred honor. Francis Lewis had his home and everything destroyed, his wife imprisoned. He died within a few months. Richard Stockton, who signed that declaration, was captured, mistreated, his health broken to the extent that he died at 51. His estate was pillaged. Thomas Hayward Jr. was captured when Charleston fell. John Hart was driven from his wife's bedside while she was dying. Their 13 children fled in all directions for their lives. His fields and grist mill were laid waste. For more than a year, he lived in forests and caves and returned home after the war to find his wife dead, his children gone, his properties gone, and he died a few weeks later of exhaustion and a broken heart. Lewis Morris saw his land destroyed, his family scattered. Philip Livingston died within a few months from the hardships of the war. John Hancock, history remembers best due to a quirk of fate rather than anything he stood for, that great sweeping signature attesting to his vanity, towers over the others. One of the wealthiest men in New England. Yet he stood outside Boston one terrible night of the war, and he said, "Burn Boston, though it makes John Hancock a beggar, if the public good requires it." For he, too, lived up to the pledge. Of the 56, 3 were going to survive. 5 were captured by the British and tortured before they died. 12 had their homes from Rhode Island to Charleston sacked, looted, occupied by the enemy, or burned. 2 lost their sons in the army. 1 had 2 sons captured. 9 of the 56 died in the war from its hardships or from its more merciful war. I don't know what impression you had of the men who met that summer in Philadelphia. But I think it's important that we remember this about them. They were not proper men. They were not wild-eyed pirates. These were men of means. They were rich men, most of them, and had enjoyed much ease and luxury in their personal living. Not hungry men. Certainly not terrorists, not irresponsible malcontents, not fanatical incendiaries. These men were prosperous men, wealthy landowners. They were substantially secure in their prosperity. They had everything to lose. But they considered liberty. This is as much as I shall say. They learned that liberty is so much more important than security. That they pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. And they fulfilled
Okay, hopefully you're still with us. I have one more thing that I have on the docket for tonight. I can get this on. There we go. And take this off. And one more thing. We have a new Dave and the Eye song. And it's about a little known hero of the American Revolutionary War. It's little known because I made him up. But as it goes, here's Dave and the AI5 with the tale of Little Doodle. So here we go.
In a red coat, patch and grin, little Doodle kicked things in, young as spring, but sharp as steel. He knew how to move and deal. Follow me now, he said with a nod and a steady head. Over the fence, through the smoke, he found a path nobody spoke. Go, Doodle, go, 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 Doodle, go, go, Doodle, go. Run that little road, go, Doodle, go, Doodle, go. George Washington smiled that day. Doodle helped the brave ones win the play. He spotted boots by the creek. He heard the drums go weak. He waved his hat, then yelled, and the whole insurgents thrilled. Keep it low, he cried, with the river at their side. A quick left turn, a hidden way, and the redcoats lost their sway. Go, Doodle, go, 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 Doodle, go, go, Doodle, go. Run that little road, go, Doodle, go, Doodle, go. George Washington smiled that day. Doodle helped the brave ones win the play. Not big, not old, not tall. Still he gave his all. With a spark in his Yankee heart, he played a hero's part. Go, Doodle, go, 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 Doodle, go, go, Doodle, go. Run that little road, go, Doodle, go, Doodle, go. George Washington smiled that day. Doodle helped the brave ones win the play. Go, Doodle, go. Go, Doodle, go. Go, Doodle, go. Young boy, brave and bold. Doodle steady again, it was passed around through every camp and every little town.
All right. Well, that's what I was going to do it first. I know we're a little bit early, but we still got about close to our hour and a half in with our story. We had some other things. One other story about when I was in Washington D.C. once. It was probably around, must have been about 9 to 9:15 at night. It was getting just dark, and there was this one little boy, had to be about 6 years old, maybe 7. He was walking around in his PJs with his parents. So they had the lights on, the night lights on, and all that kind of thing. This little boy walks by and says, "Gee, I wish I'd have discovered America." And I just thought, the older I get, the cuter I think that story is. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here. You get out a little bit early. We got coming up in about 17 minutes here. We've got Gar and the Horrible Horror. So I'll be tuning in there. Hope you guys do too. And that's also right here on the Twitches. let's see. For next week on Eerie House Radio, we've got Eerie House is Hearing the Footsteps with the tales from Operation Nightmare, which is hosted by Peter Lorre. We have the Haunting Hour. We have a Blackstone Magic Detective. And then we have a classic TV suspense episode. And that's all for Friday night. Then on Saturday, we're back to the CBS Radio Mystery Theater with an episode called The Follower. So there you go. That's what we got lined up for next weekend. We'll have some other things and some other surprises. So that's about going to do it. The song is up. We'll be heading out too. So thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. We had, let me see who all we had here back on Twitch. And it's not going to tell me that way, is it? Okay, we had the Movie Man, we had Daryl, we had good old Bob, and I guess that was pretty much it. I want to thank you guys for being here and sticking with me. Had a great time here. Look forward to damn coming back, believe me, I do. And we'll see you next Friday on Eerie House Radio. Watch out for those fireworks, whether you go somewhere to watch them or you're dodging them in your own neighborhood, which is what's going on here.
The castle lights are growing dim. There's no one left but me and him. When next we meet in Frankenstone, don't come alone.
Can you dig it?
Do you mind turning off the radio?